to Shaluna Crafts. My name is Rochelle. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're at the end of August, so we're going to be going over completed coloring pages for August 2025. I had a fun month, and let's go ahead and get started. So first I completed this page. It's from Morgan O'Brien, one of his free books that he has on his website. I believe this one is called Welcome to the Village. This is a character named KK Slider from the video game franchise Animal Crossing, one of my absolute favorites. Probably my absolute favorite. So on this page I used my goldfaber aqua watercolor pencils to base just about everything. And then I also shaded with Prismacolor pencils. And then here in the water I used my Posca white paint pen and also my Grabie acrylic markers to make some little bit of lines there in the water. I think that turned out really nice. Still trying to figure out how to use the acrylic markers, but I think that was a good use for it. That was a fun, simple summer page. He's playing his little guitar. Normally this character does not wear clothing, so fun fact for you. But in this case, Morgan O'Brien drew him with clothing on, probably a good choice. And I think that page turned out really fun. So that's from, I believe it's called Welcome to the Village by Morgan O'Brien. Next, I completed the second part of the color along tutorial that I'm doing from Chris Chang in World of Flowers. So I did this blossom here this month, and I think it turned out pretty fantastic. It was not as hard to complete as the first one. I was getting more used to her style and following along with it and figuring out how to do it in a way that makes sense. And the way she colors is really interesting. If you follow any of her color alongs, you'll see that she it's not like you do this color, you do this flower completely and then you move on to the next element. She will do like some colors in that flower and then you move over here and do some leaves, then you do this and then you come back later and you add a little bit more darkness to the flower, and then come back in later and add some more shadowing. And so you definitely have to pay attention. And one thing I noticed that she does is she doesn't show every single element being colored. So every time the video changes, like she's working on these purple flowers and then the video transitions and she's over on this red flower, I would suggest pausing the video and looking carefully at the entire image and trying to see if there's any elements that she colored already that you didn't see on camera. So like these leaves, I think in the middle, she didn't do those on camera, so you kind of just have to look at the colors of it and go, okay, the colors kind of are like these colors, so I'm going to use the same colors over here, and that sort of thing. So it really helped me to get some more experience with Prismacolor pencils. That was really fun. It made me feel really accomplished, and I'm looking forward to doing the next two blossoms and getting this whole page done. So that was World of Flowers by Johanna Basford. Next I have Forest Song by R.J. Hampson, and this was a buddy color with Raye Johnson, and I will make sure to link her channel. I have not received her page yet, but if I do receive her page before I put up this video, then I will put it here on the left side for a few seconds. This page is another one that I scanned and printed out on a bit thicker paper. So we did the lumberjack, and what a fun page this is. I used Neocolor 2s for the pine trees, and then I used the goldfaber aqua watercolor pencils to base pretty much everything else. Used some stardust jelly roll pens, glitter for like the stars and stuff like that. Use Prismacolor pencils for shading. This little bear back here is so cute. I probably would have done him darker if I had remembered. I think I just forgot. It happens. And then I think I used the white Posca paint pen to outline the smoke there. I think that turned out cute. Cute little dragons there. And there's just something really fun and whimsical and quirky about R.J. Hampson's artwork. So these pages are super fun to do. Highly recommended. So that was Forest Song by R.J. Hampson. Next I have a few pages in Small Victories, and I did them throughout the month, but I'll just go ahead and show them all at one time. Here I finished this houses page, and I believe these were probably all done with color pencils. I don't remember if I used Prismacolor for any of them. And then I used Polychromos for these. So I was able to receive a gift card, and then I was able to use my gift card to buy the 60 set of Polychromos pencils, which I was absolutely so thrilled by. Very grateful. And I absolutely love the pencils. This is one that I first started using them on because I was so excited to have them. And they're super fun to use. I really like the way they keep a sharp point for a long time, and they're easier to get into all these little details. And I just love how they go on. They're really fun to use. So really exciting with that. Then another one I finished was this one. Color pencils up here, Polychromos down here, and just a real simple page. Kind of did some jewel tones and used Jelly Roll Stardust pens for some details and some glitter. I think that's probably my favorite tool that I have, is the Stardust Jelly Rolls. So that was a fun page too. And then here I did the summer wreath, and I figured it was August, getting into late summer, so I should probably do the summer wreath. And this was done with Crayola Super Tips. I had seen a video about how to use them and not get streaks, and you basically do lines one direction and then let it dry and then turn the page 90 degrees and then do the lines the other direction. And it worked okay. I just think that it kind of makes the colors pretty dark, which obviously I knew would happen, but yeah, so I guess it's probably not my favorite technique, but it was interesting to use, and I like the way the colors turned out on this, and nice fun bright color palette. And I don't know if I used anything else on here. Okay, I used Stabilo fine liners shaded with Prismacolor pencils. So I think I used the fine liners on some of the smaller leaves and stuff. The Crayola Super Tips, the lighter colors don't really streak. I mean, I think this yellow and this orange, I mean, it doesn't streak very much because it's lighter color, and I find it a lot easier to use. So that was that fun page. So that was my 3 I finished in Small Victories by Johanna Basford. Next I have 3 cute and cozy pages. One was from Girl Moments. I think I may have finished this one on after I finished my Chris Chang tutorial because I needed a bit of a break for my brain. So here's this one. Girl eating toast. Looks like Nutella on it. And at first I thought it was jam, so it ended up a little bit red. But anyway. I love the color that turned out for like the curtain and the chairs, and I did some color pencil lines through it, trying to make it kind of look sort of textured, like a velvety kind of texture. And this was pretty much just done with Ohuhu alcohol markers, and then some color pencils, and then some white Jelly Roll. So that's that cute little page. Nice vibrant colors. And Girl Moments by Coco. Next I did one in Little Corner by Coco. this blooms page. And cute little bear tending his flowers and plants at his bloom stand. I went with a nice pastel color palette, pink, purple, yellow, and then the greens and the brown. It was very simple, but very effective. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Did some colored pencil for the wood grain, and then white jelly roll. And so that was that one. Probably my favorite cute and cozy page that I did this month. And that was in a little corner. Next I did one in Cozy Friends. This little koala reading in his little corner. Wasn't sure if that was meant to be a window, but I just made it look like a window because I liked that the best. Wasn't a huge fan of how my color palette turned out, but it is what it is. So this was simply Ohuhu alcohol markers. Didn't want to do any details on it because it wasn't my favorite page, but it's a page done and it was a fun time to do. A little bit of stress relief, so that was good. So there's Cozy Friends. And then I did one in Romantic Country by Eriy. This one was also buddy color with Steph Colours. She's a brand new YouTuber just like me, so we got together and did this double page. Hopefully you can see everything. And I will put her image on the screen for a few seconds. And in the back of the book, I had seen the description. The description of this page: bird carriers. When you want to deliver a parcel, just ask for a bird carrier. They deliver surprisingly fast no matter how small or heavy the parcel. I thought that was such a cute description. And so here's these birds, and I left them white because I felt like that looked best for them. And then these birds, I don't know, but I just had in my mind that they look like doves, so I left them white too. I thought that would be the best look for them. So on this page, I did the goldfaber aqua watercolor pencils to base almost everything. Then shading with Prismacolor pencils. Here on these milk canisters, I did a bit of a Grabie silver acrylic marker, and it came out so shiny. Hopefully that shows up on the video. And used some Jelly Roll Stardust pens, a little bit of glitter here and there, and white Jelly Roll. So this was a buddy with Steph Colours, and I loved how her page turned out as well. Such bright colors, and yeah, just a really nice result. I did pumpkins. These I wasn't sure, and so I thought tomatoes looked the best. And then for these I also wasn't sure, but I didn't want to make them look like pumpkins because pumpkins are right here, and so I went for kind of like a acorn squash idea. And I think that turned out pretty cute. Don't know if these are meant to be wine or olive oil. Probably could be either one, so I did some olive oil. Don't have a lot of experience with fruit or food, so that was fun to get my feet wet doing that. So there's a double page spread done in Romantic Country by Eriy. Next I did a page in Tales from Atlantis by Hanna Karlzon. It's almost at the very end of the book. I did a whole YouTube video on this page, so I can put it in the description if you want to check it out. So this one I chose a color palette that was inspired by the album cover, the first one for The Life of a Showgirl by Taylor Swift, which is coming out soon in about a month. And so it's got the orange and kind of mint green. And so I used that for my inspiration for this page. Also kind of used a page that, you know, had someone that kind of could look like Taylor Swift. And then also was in water like the album cover, so that worked well. And then I followed a hair tutorial by Karen by My Colorful Country Life. And so I pretty much based the whole page with the goldfaber aqua watercolor pencils. Prismacolor pencil shading. I used white pen for the dragonfly wings. Used some glitter, especially in the outside frame. It's real nice and glittery. And I was just thrilled with how this page turned out. It was really totally the vibe I was going for. And it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. So that was Tales from Atlantis by Hanna Karlzon. Next, I did a small page in Magical Jungle. After I received my Polychromos pencils, I really wanted to try them out. And I like the look of this page to get an idea for how they work in this book, and they really worked nicely. And kept a really simple color palette, a little bit of green, or a lot of green, a little bit of yellow for the leaves, and then like a nice reddish pink on the birds and the flowers. Tried to do some nice shading, did a little bit of Stardust Jelly Roll glitter pens. And that was a really fun page. Didn't take too long, but another page done in this book. Magical Jungle by Johanna Basford. And then lastly, I have Nature Mandalas by Melpomeni Chatzipanagiotou. And I did this page. And I did Ohuhu alcohol markers because this book is single-sided. So you can use alcohol markers just fine. And then Prismacolor pencil shading, and then also some Stardust Jelly Roll glitter pen. A little bit like these dots here and dots around the flowers inside there. And I did do a Ohuhu alcohol marker for the background, the dark green in here. And that was possible because there's not really any sections that are like huge. They're interrupted by the leaves and stuff. So it wasn't too hard to do. But alcohol markers just work fantastic in this book. So I think this page turned out so nice and colorful and vibrant, perfect for end of summer. And so there's that page from Nature Mandalas. So those are all my coloring pages, but there is another project that I want to show you. So let me get it out. So here's another project that I'm working on in August. This is a diamond painting by Diamond Art Club. It is called Rainy Day Mermaid. 50.7 centimeters by 63.9 centimeters. And I have had this diamond painting as a whip for a long time, probably about a year. And I think it's about time to get it done, especially because we're coming into fall, and I think that's the perfect time to do this one. And I did this section here with the mermaid's head just a couple weeks ago. So I need to keep going on this one. It's got several ABs, 3 colors, and it's so sparkly. You should be able to see how sparkly it is when I move it. And what a beautiful painting this is. I want to get it done and get it hung in my bathroom. I think that's perfect. So yeah, just wanted to share another fun project that I'm working on. I like to do a bunch of different crafts and probably will add more in the future because I like to try new things. So there you go. That's all the coloring I did for this month, as well as progress on my diamond painting whip. So I hope you all are having a fantastic month and are enjoying coming into the fall season. Hopefully it's cooling down for everyone and all my friends in the Northern Hemisphere anyway. And I hope everyone is enjoying their coloring and their crafts. And please remember to like and subscribe to the video if you're enjoying it. And I hope to be able to hear from you in the comments. Let me know how you're going with your coloring. If you've done any of the same pages as me or same books as me, or just let me know how things are going for you. So thanks everyone for joining today. Happy coloring. Bye.